second half. Sure, you guys have been able to pick things up, especially defensively. You did it last game here. Why do you feel like you weren't able to go there tonight?
The offense was clicking. Our defense wasn't. That's literally what it was.
You've been through, pretty much everything you can be on the court at this point. JJ said you can't use it as an excuse, all the different starting lineups, all that. That's kind of part of the game.
Yeah.
Do you feel like, though, there's a certain number where you guys need to have the same guys on the floor for a certain amount of time for you to get to click at the level that you need?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's not an excuse because you got to play the game that's in front of you, whatever the case may be, and you got to go out and execute. So, we tried to do that. Obviously, we didn't. We came up short. We failed that in that aspect. So, we understand that the most important thing in this league is definitely health, and we just hope to get whole at some point.
What's the pathway for this group of players to be better defensively?
It's the same thing I've said, before. It has to be 5 guys on the string, and these guys also made a lot of mid-range contested twos too. And those are part of our keys that we're willing to give up. It's the fast break points, it's the second chance points, it's the open threes that we do not want to give up. But this is a good mid-range shooting team. Book hit some. The kid Boyer off the bench hit some. Dillon Brooks hit some. They played exceptionally well. So you give them kudos to that.
They're a team that kind of sort of, and there's a handful in the league that just kind of like inherently play pretty hard every night. It's a part of what they are, and you guys kind of reach those levels every once in a while, but like you do it differently. Where do you think this team is at against those types of energy teams, and how big of a challenge is that for this group?
Well, every team is constructed differently, obviously. Personnel kind of dictates how you can play, how you would like to play, how you would like to execute. I think we've had some good times, we've had some bad times throughout the season where we've matched the energy of a lot of teams that play like this, and sometimes we haven't, and it's resulted in either a win or a loss. And quite frankly, sometimes you also play extremely hard like that, and you still don't get it done. Like the other night versus the Clippers, I mean, we not saying that they're on the same, they play the same way as the Suns, but we went out and played as hard as we could, and we still just came up short. So you just try to take, you take the bad, you look at some of the good from each and every game and see how you can get better from it.
Injuries can kind of create like a whack-a-mole situation in terms of trying to figure out what you're missing from the lineup, but how can you make sure that that doesn't discourage the group and still kind of be growth mindset and knowing that, yeah, some of the circumstances here are our control, but there are other things that we can still
just go out and get better every night. That's it.
Did you feel like Austin started to get things going in that second half a little bit, just getting some minutes under his belt again?
Yeah, for sure. And it don't matter if it's one game or two. It's a rhythm thing. When you're on a rhythm and you get an injury or whatever the case may be, or it just takes a little bit more. It takes time to get back. So it took him a half to kind of get that rhythm going, get his feet up underneath him again. But he'll be fine. He'll be fine.
You guys got 28 games through the season before you lost consecutive games. Does that say anything about the character of this group?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, obviously you don't want to keep stacking L's. That's for sure. So hopefully we can get back on the winning way soon.
Is there a reason why you think like that when the nights you guys haven't had it? Like, I mean, you guys have really not had it. I don't think you guys have lost a close game still yet this season.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Guys, LeBron James, if there is a bright spot, it's the way he's been playing. We talked about it in the pregame show. Since missing that Boston game, he's averaging over 27 points tonight in just 3 quarters. He had 23, 7 of 14, hit a few threes, the 6 assists, but it's more just how he's playing the game, which is going to bode well for the Lakers when they can hopefully get things going again.
Yeah,
hopefully
LeBron,
Christmas.
After missing training camp and getting his stamina going, came back in his own pace slowly. But once he got on the court, Gita, he really started to have an impact. He's not having to carry the load. He's not having to handle the ball as much. Luka and Reeves are doing a lot of that. So his smart play off the ball, playing the baseline, being able to be a threat on that second and third pass. He still can get into the paint and break defenses down. But it's going to take a collective team. It's going to take Austin. It's going to take Ayton. It's going to take Reeves. Those guys have to be on the floor for a period of time so that they can continue to mesh this chemistry, get connected, and play some solid basketball. They've been playing some teams early that aren't as good as the teams that they're coming up against now. So we're seeing that they were winning some games. Maybe they might not have been playing their best defense, but they still were winning. Now they're starting to move up in talent and length and teams that can expose some of that. And so that's where the challenge is now.
James, how old were you when you retired from the NBA?
34, maybe?
I mean, can you comprehend that this guy is within a week of turning 41 and still contributing the way he does? I mean, it's one thing for Geeter and I to say, oh, that seems pretty impressive, but I'd love to hear from you. You retired 7 years earlier than he is.
Yeah, and I was worn out. I mean, I couldn't do what he was doing at 30, to be honest with you. But it's just a difference in the science and how players are, you know, the league has gotten better at how they look at their athletes, how they take care of them. But with that in mind, even some of the younger players aren't doing what LeBron is doing. I mean, he's about to turn 41. Some guys have retired and moved on, and I don't know what it is. And, you know, I don't want to see him have to carry this load like he's doing now. Hopefully get everybody back. He can go back to picking and choosing, you know, maybe taking a night off on a back-to-back game when he needs to. Because as you get deeper into the season, into the playoffs, you're going to need his leadership, his wisdom, his experience. So, but I still ceases to amaze me what he's able to do.
I was pretty tired first couple of minutes, but after that, felt pretty good.
Looked like LeBron's just saying that, you know, anytime you miss any amount of time, it's going to take a little bit to find a rhythm. Did you feel like you started to get that in the second half with some of those drives and finishes inside?
Yeah, I thought I caught a decent rhythm in the second quarter too. You know, getting to the rim, but you know, it's going to take time. Yeah.
And is this something now that you got back on the floor, you know, you were explosive, like were you able to kind of get past where you didn't have to think about the calf?
Yeah, I was out there just playing basketball. Felt good.
What do you think of the kind of the coaching decision to have you come off the bench tonight, and just how was it explained to you, I guess?
It got brought up during my shooting time. Me and Bo was just talking about it, and I said that you know, I understood either way. It's hard to start, especially with the rotations that we have, for me to start and, you know, only played. It was on a minute restriction. I don't know if y'all know that, but it's hard for me to start with the rotation that Brian has, for me to stay around that 25 to 27 minute mark. So it got brought up in my shooting time. I said that I was open to whatever. Definitely felt weird coming off the bench, but you know, it's basketball at the end of the day.
What kind of mindset does this team need to have for it to be good enough defensively more regularly than it is right now?
I think it's just a guard with five, you know, people every possession. You know, everybody's got to be locked in every single possession, especially on, you know, rotations and schemes and stuff like that. You know, we've shown we can do it. We just got to do it, like you said, more regularly.
You expect you might be able to take the minute restriction up a little bit on the Christmas Day game, or do you not know yet?
I don't know. I hope so. Yeah, I felt good out there, so feel like should be able to just go out there and play. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, big game, James Worthy. By the way, we had a guest in here tonight that had a 1988
So cool,
Los Angeles
man.
Times, and it was clean and perfect, and you signed it when you had the triple-double, by the way. I just thought we'd have some good news.
Back a lot of memories.
Because you're
man.
about to break down some bad stuff.
It was pretty bad. Pretty bad defense.